In this video, I'm going to show you what Facebook has called detailed targeting, and it is a new feature, a new way to create a much more specific audience than you were able to do in the past. This is a feature that I have been waiting years for, and I even asked my husband if he would possibly build it for me as a programmer. But we figured Facebook would eventually come out with it, and they have. So this is great news. Right now, I am in the Power Editor. I'm looking at an ad set that I have created. It's just under a test campaign, so don't worry too much about that. If you're not familiar with the new layout of the Power Editor, what you want to do is make sure you've selected your ad set. Don't click here because that'll actually take you to the ads that are in it. Just make sure it is selected and then come over here to the right, click this pencil, and that's going to pull everything up in terms of your ad set, what you can do. So what I am mostly interested in showing you here is just about your audience. So you come to Edit Audience as usual. I'm going to get rid of Argentina since chances are you're not advertising there. Put in United States, and we might play around with other countries in a second. So the first part is really the same, your age, your gender. You get to choose the demographics of the people who are most likely to pay you. Again, don't select everyone who could possibly be interested in your website or your service. Select the people who are most likely to give you dollars, or whatever your currency is. So in my case, that's actually a much smaller age range, I've noticed. Probably people up to about 50 and no younger than, 28-ish. I leave gender set to all, and then I generally leave languages blank because I'm just worried about my location. So now everything that used to be above here, which was demographics mostly, has now been included in detailed targeting. So if you click here, you can see that you can choose between demographics, interests, behaviors, more categories. I'll let you know that more categories is almost useless for most people. But demographics, definitely come in here and look around at the things you can choose. You can choose education levels, the schools that people went to, what life events, which are very interesting, friends of people who are in a long distance relationship. If you wanted to target those people, you could. Definitely come in here and really look around to see what your options are. Relationship is great because you can select married, divorced, single, all that stuff. And this isn't new, it's just in a new place, the demographics. Interests, if you select these, you're going to see the more general interests, but you've also got the same interests as before, which are some of the bigger page names. And the one that I'm going to use here for an example is Smart Passive Income. I start typing it, I see that it pops up, and I'm going to select it. Now, 190,000 people, that's not too big, but I'm interested in getting a much more targeted market because here's the thing. Pat is great and he attracts a ton of different kinds of people. Not necessarily my target audience. So if I were working on a audience for myself, I might use people who like Smart Passive Income, so that interest. Then I'm going to select narrow audience. And in my case, I might also select Facebook ads as an interest. So that just brought everything down pretty significantly. But I don't want to target all the fans of Smart Passive Income because chances are only a handful of them are really interested in spending money on advertising. So this is a much more targeted audience, and I'm more interested in this than just targeting Pat's fans cold. Now, here's another example. What if you're trying to reach health coaches? So let's get rid of both of these for a second. What if you just select people who are interested in health coaching? Well, that's a whole lot of people. And we don't know if they're actually interested in being health coaches or if they're interested in getting health coaching. But if we go to narrow audience again. So we have people who are interested in health coaching and people who are interested in smart passive income. We can be pretty certain that these people are interested in having a health coaching business. So that's still a great size audience. I am not one of those people who believe that you should be targeting millions. In fact, I like to cap my audiences at about 100,000, especially if I'm a beginner. So this is a much more targeted audience than if I were just targeting health coaching or smart passive income separately. Now, you can even go ahead and exclude people. So if you wanted, you could exclude married people, for example, or exclude parents. Those are found under demographics. You could exclude fans of a specific page if it pops up when you type it up. So if I want to exclude all the people who are interested in Marie Forleo, and that brings my audience down even more, she's got a lot of fans, I can do that just by adding this into exclude. Now, what if I'm not so happy with my size? Because what if I am in Australia, my business is based in Australia, my clients are Australia, not Austria. So based on health coaching and smart passive income interests and my location, I'm reaching 300 people. So that's a little painful because it's just too small of an audience. And I know that people in Australia struggle with this. So I want to keep in the health coaching because I'm trying to reach health coaches. But here I would just start adding in more pages that talk about, building a business, because they're just going to still be accurate for my targeting. So here I might add in Marie Forleo or LKR social media or copy blogger. I mean, you have tons to choose from. But so the more you add in here, what you're essentially doing is making it likely to have more people interested in health coaching that are inside this audience here. Basically, what we're doing is creating a Venn diagram, and what we're trying to target are the people who fall between people who like health coaching and people who like these things. If you make this interest box bigger, full of more people, your Venn diagram circle is going to get bigger, and hopefully, or as you can see, you'll end up with more people in your audience. Now, that's still pretty small. Australia, I'm sorry, I know you have this problem. You could open up the age. You can come up with some different interests in here as well, fitness or other things related, if that works for you. But that is how detailed targeting works. I know that a lot of people have been hoping for this kind of option for a while as well, and finally we have it. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, and I will be happy to answer them for you.